Learning English in a natural and simple way. Many people believe that learning English is a difficult task. They think they must first understand grammar rules, learn many vocabulary words, and then start speaking. Because of this thinking, they feel fear and hesitation. They wait for the perfect time to start, but that time never comes. This is the biggest mistake in language learning. In reality, English is just a language, and every language is learned in a natural way. If you observe a child, you will understand this clearly. A child does not learn grammar first. A child listens again and again, speaks small words, makes mistakes, and slowly improves. This process takes time, but it works perfectly. Your journey is following this natural path. You got inspired when you saw your friend improve his English and get a job. That moment gave you a strong reason to start. You did not wait for perfect knowledge. You started speaking in English with yourself. You started listening carefully, repeating sentences, and thinking in English during your daily activities. This is not a small step. This is the correct foundation of learning. You are training your mind in a simple but powerful way. When you speak alone, you remove fear. When you listen again and again, you improve understanding. When you repeat sentences, you improve speaking. When you think in English during daily work, you make English a part of your life. In this guide, your ideas are rewritten in a clearer and more structured way. Each point will help you understand your method better and improve it step by step. The focus will not be on difficult rules, but on simple practice that you can follow daily. Point 1. Speaking alone. Build confidence by talking to yourself. Speaking alone is one of the most effective ways to start learning English. Many learners feel shy or nervous when they try to speak in front of others. They worry about making mistakes, being judged, or not finding the right words. Because of this fear, they avoid speaking, and their progress becomes slow. When you speak with yourself, this fear disappears. You are in a safe space where no one is judging you. You can speak slowly, think freely, and make mistakes without any pressure. This freedom helps your mind relax and focus on learning. You already started this practice by speaking simple sentences like describing objects around you. For example, when you sit in your room, you say that this is your chair or this is your table. These sentences may look very basic, but they are very important. They help your brain connect English words with real objects in your life. This practice becomes more powerful when you include your daily actions. Language becomes meaningful when it is connected to real life. When you are doing something, you can describe your action in English. For example, when you are sitting, you can say that you are sitting on a chair. When you are writing, you can say that you are writing in your notebook. When you are using your phone, you can say that you are using your phone. In the beginning, your sentences may not be correct. You may miss some words or use wrong grammar. But this is completely normal. A child also speaks in broken sentences at first. For example, a child may say I go market instead of saying I am going to the market. Still, the child learns and improves over time. In the same way, you should not stop yourself because of mistakes. As you continue this practice, you can slowly improve your sentences. You can start by saying one simple sentence and then expand it. For example, first you say that this is a chair. Then you can say that the chair is brown. After that, you can say that you are sitting on the chair. In this way, you are building your speaking step by step without feeling pressure. Consistency is the most important part of this method. You do not need to practice for long hours. Even 10 to 15 minutes daily is enough if you do it regularly. Choose a quiet place, sit comfortably, and start speaking whatever you see or do. Do not think too much. Just speak. With time, you will notice small changes. Your mind will start forming sentences faster. You will feel less hesitation. You will not need to translate from your native language every time. Slowly, English will become a natural part of your thinking process. This simple habit of speaking alone may look small, but it creates a strong base for your English learning journey. Point 2. Listening daily. Learn like a child. Listening is one of the most important parts of learning English, especially in the beginning. Many people try to speak without enough listening, and because of that, they feel stuck. They do not know how sentences are formed, how words sound, or how natural English feels. That is why listening should be your daily habit. You are already following a very good method. You listen to the same videos again and again, and you try to understand them carefully. This is exactly how a child learns a language. A child listens all day. The child listens to parents, family members, and surroundings. Slowly, the child starts understanding words and then starts speaking. In your case, when you listen to English videos daily, your brain starts getting familiar with the language. At first, you may not understand everything. You may only catch a few words. But this is completely normal. You should not stop because of this. Understanding will improve slowly. One important thing you are doing is repeating the same video many times. This is very powerful. When you listen to the same content again and again, your brain starts recognizing patterns. The sentences become clearer. Words become familiar. After some time, you will feel that you can understand more without effort. For example, if a video says a simple sentence like "Today is a good day," you may not fully understand it the first time. But when you listen again and again, your mind starts remembering the sound and meaning. Slowly, this sentence becomes natural for you. You should also focus on listening carefully, not just playing the video in the background. Try to give full attention, even if it is for a short time. Listen to how words are spoken, how sentences are connected, and how the speaker expresses ideas. This will help you improve your pronunciation and speaking style later. Another important step is to listen to simple content. Do not start with very difficult videos. Choose content that uses basic English. This will help you understand more and feel motivated. If the content is too difficult, you may feel confused and lose interest. You can also create a small daily routine. For example, you can listen to English for 10 to 20 minutes daily. Choose 1 or 2 videos and repeat them. Do not change content every day. Repetition is more important than variety in the beginning stage. While listening, try to notice small sentences. For example, if you hear "I am learning English," you can remember this sentence and use it later in your speaking practice. This way, listening and speaking become connected. You can also listen during your free time. When you are walking, resting, or doing simple work, you can play English audio. Even if you are not fully focused, your brain still absorbs the language. This is called passive learning, and it also helps over time. Do not worry if your progress feels slow. Listening takes time, but it builds a strong foundation. The more you listen, the more natural English will feel to you. Your pronunciation will improve, your understanding will grow, and speaking will become easier. In simple words, listening daily is like feeding your brain with English. The more you feed it, the stronger it becomes. This habit will support all other parts of your learning journey. Point 3. Repeat and learn words. Build your own sentences. Repeating sentences and learning small vocabulary is a very strong method to improve your English. You are already doing this in a simple and natural way. You listen to a sentence and then try to make your own sentences using the same pattern. This method helps you understand how English works in real life. Many learners try to memorize long word lists or difficult meanings. But this creates confusion and pressure. Instead of memorizing, it is better to learn words through sentences. When you learn a word inside a sentence, you understand how to use it correctly. For example, when you listen to a sentence like "I am eating food," you do not just repeat it. You also try to change it and make your own sentences. You say "I am eating apple," "I am eating rice," or "I am eating banana." This is a very powerful step. You are not just copying. You are creating. This process helps your brain understand patterns. You learn that "I am eating" can be used with many different words. Slowly, you start forming sentences without thinking too much. This is how fluency begins. Repetition is very important in this process. When you listen to a sentence one time, your brain may not remember it. But when you repeat it many times, it becomes familiar. After some time, you can say it easily without effort. This is why you should not feel bored when repeating sentences. Repetition is not wasting time. It is building your memory. You can follow a simple daily method. Choose 5 simple sentences every day. Listen to them carefully. Repeat each sentence 3 to 5 times. Then try to change those sentences using different words. This will help you understand and use them in real situations. For example, if you learn "I am drinking water," you can change it into "I am drinking milk," "I am drinking juice," or "I am drinking tea." In this way, one sentence becomes many sentences. This increases your practice without learning new grammar rules. Another important thing is to speak your sentences loudly. Do not just think in your mind. When you speak out loud, your brain, tongue, and ears work together. This improves your pronunciation and confidence. You should also not worry if your sentences are not perfect. The goal is to speak and practice. Mistakes are part of learning. When you repeat and create sentences daily, your mistakes will reduce automatically. You can also write your sentences if you want. Writing helps you remember better. For example, after speaking, you can write 5 sentences in a notebook. This will improve both your speaking and writing skills. Over time, you will notice that you do not need to think about basic sentences. They will come automatically. This is because your brain has practiced them many times. You will feel more comfortable while speaking. This method is simple but very effective. Listen, repeat, and create. These 3 steps will slowly improve your English. You do not need difficult methods. Small daily practice is enough to see real progress. Point 4. Think in English. Use English in your daily mind. Thinking in English is a very important step in learning. Many people try to translate from their native language to English. Because of this, they feel slow and confused. They first think in their own language, then change it into English. This takes time and creates hesitation. You are already trying to think in English while doing your daily work. This is a very powerful habit. When you think in English, your brain starts using English naturally. You do not depend on translation again and again. In the beginning, thinking in English may feel difficult. You may not find the right words. You may stop in the middle of a thought. But this is normal. It happens because your brain is still learning. With regular practice, it becomes easier. You can start with very small thoughts. You do not need to think big or complex ideas. Start with your daily activities. When you wake up, you can think that you are waking up. When you brush your teeth, you can think that you are brushing your teeth. When you eat, you can think that you are eating food. For example, if you are eating an apple, you can think I am eating an apple. If you are walking, you can think I am walking. If you are sitting, you can think I am sitting. These small thoughts help your brain build a direct connection with English. Slowly, you can increase your thinking level. You can start adding more details. For example, you can think that you are eating a sweet apple, or you are walking in the park, or you are feeling tired. In this way, your thinking becomes richer and more natural. One important thing is to not worry about mistakes in your thoughts. Even if your sentence is not correct, continue thinking. The goal is to keep your mind active in English. If you stop again and again to correct yourself, you will lose flow. You can also think about your plans. For example, you can think about what you will do today, what you will eat, or where you will go. This helps you use English in real-life situations. It also prepares you for speaking with others in the future. Another useful method is to describe your surroundings in your mind. When you are outside, you can think about what you see. You can think about the road, people, shops, or trees. This keeps your brain engaged in English all the time. At the beginning, you may mix your native language with English. This is okay. Slowly, try to increase the use of English words. Do not force yourself too much. Let it grow naturally. The more you think in English, the less you will depend on translation. Your speaking will become faster because your brain is already working in English. You will feel more confident because your thoughts are clear. This habit takes time, but it gives strong results. Thinking in English makes the language a part of your life, not just a subject to study. When your mind starts working in English, speaking becomes much easier and more natural. Point 5. Read simple sentences. Learn by seeing and speaking. Reading is another important step in your English learning journey. You are already doing a very good practice. When you see English words around you, you try to read them and speak simple sentences. This habit helps you improve both your understanding and your speaking. Many learners think reading means studying big books or difficult paragraphs. But in the beginning, this is not required. If you start with difficult content, you may feel confused and lose interest. The correct way is to start with very simple sentences that you can understand easily. When you read simple sentences, your brain learns how words are arranged. You start understanding sentence structure without studying grammar rules. For example, when you read a sentence like I am cooking food, your brain learns how this sentence is formed. Then you can use the same pattern in your speaking. You can start reading small sentences from anywhere. It can be from your phone, a book, a poster, or even messages. When you see a sentence, do not just read it silently. Try to read it aloud. Speaking while reading improves your pronunciation and confidence. For example, if you see a sentence like "I am going to the market," you can read it loudly. Then you can try to change it. You can say "I am going to the park" or "I am going to school." In this way, reading becomes active learning, not just passive reading. You can also create your own simple sentences after reading. For example, if you read "I saw a park," you can make your own sentences like "I saw a dog" or "I saw a car." This method connects reading with speaking and helps you remember better. Another important point is to not worry about difficult words. If you see a word you do not understand, do not stop your reading completely. Try to understand from the sentence or skip it for now. Slowly, with time, your vocabulary will improve. You can also keep a small notebook. When you read new simple sentences, you can write them down. Later, you can read them again and practice speaking. This repetition helps you remember easily. Make reading a daily habit. Even 5 to 10 minutes is enough if you do it regularly. The goal is not to read fast, but to understand and speak what you read. You can also read about your daily life. For example, you can write simple sentences about your day and then read them. This makes learning more personal and meaningful. For example, you can write, "I woke up early. I ate breakfast. I went outside." Then read these sentences aloud. This will improve your reading and speaking together. Over time, you will notice that you can read faster and understand more. Your pronunciation will improve, and you will feel more comfortable with English sentences. Reading simple sentences is like building blocks. Each small sentence adds to your knowledge. Slowly, these small blocks create a strong foundation for your English. Point 6. Shadowing practice. Repeat what you hear without fear. Shadowing is a very powerful method to improve your speaking and pronunciation. You are already doing this when you listen to a sentence and then repeat it. This method is simple, but it gives strong results when you do it daily. In shadowing, you listen to a sentence carefully and then try to speak it in the same way. You focus on how the words sound, how the sentence flows, and how the speaker speaks. This helps you sound more natural in English. Many learners feel shy or afraid when they try to repeat sentences. They think their pronunciation is not good or they may make mistakes. But fear is the biggest problem here. If you do not practice, you cannot improve. That is why shadowing should be done without fear. You can start with very simple sentences. Choose short videos or audio with basic English. Listen to one sentence carefully 1 or 2 times. Do not rush. First, understand the sound and rhythm. For example, if you hear a sentence like "Today is a good day," listen to it carefully. Notice how each word is spoken. Then pause the video and repeat the same sentence. Try to copy the same tone and speed. At the beginning, you may not speak clearly. Your pronunciation may not match the speaker. This is normal. Do not feel discouraged. With regular practice, your speaking will improve slowly. One important step is to repeat the same sentence multiple times. Do not just say it once and move on. Repeat it 3 to 5 times. This helps your tongue get used to the sound of English words. You can also break the sentence into parts if it feels difficult. For example, first say "Today is," then "a good day," and then combine it into one full sentence. This makes learning easier. Another helpful idea is to practice daily for a short time. Even 10 minutes of shadowing is enough if you do it regularly. Choose 1 or 2 sentences and practice them properly instead of trying many sentences at once. You can also record your voice sometimes. When you listen to your own voice, you understand where you need improvement. This helps you become more aware of your pronunciation. Do not try to be perfect. Your goal is to improve step by step. Even small improvement is a success. With time, your speaking will become clearer and more confident. Shadowing also helps you learn natural expressions. You start understanding how real English is spoken, not just written. This is very important for real-life communication. You can practice shadowing anywhere. When you are alone, when you are watching videos, or when you have free time. Just listen and repeat. This method connects listening and speaking together. The more you listen and repeat, the better your pronunciation becomes. Slowly, you will notice that you can speak sentences more smoothly. Shadowing is simple. Listen, repeat, and improve. If you do it daily without fear, it will make a big difference in your English speaking journey. Point 7. Make English a daily habit. Practice every day. Learning English is not something you do once in a while. It becomes strong only when you make it a daily habit. You already started creating this habit by listening, speaking, and thinking in English every day. This is very important because consistency gives real results. Many learners feel motivated for a few days. They practice a lot in the beginning, but after some time, they stop. They think they will start again later. Because of this break, their progress becomes slow. Language learning needs regular practice, not perfect practice. When you make English a daily habit, your brain stays connected with the language. Even small daily practice is better than long practice once in a week. For example, practicing for 15 minutes every day is more powerful than practicing for 2 hours once in a week. You can include English in your daily routine in simple ways. You do not need extra time. You just need to change how you use your time. For example, when you wake up, you can think in English. When you are doing your work, you can describe your actions in English. When you are resting, you can listen to English audio. Your daily life becomes your learning space. You do not need a special classroom. Your room, your work, your phone, everything can help you learn English. It is also important to keep your practice simple. If you make your routine too difficult, you may feel tired and stop. Keep it easy and comfortable. For example, you can decide to speak for 10 minutes, listen for 10 minutes, and read for 5 minutes. This small routine is enough if you do it every day. Another important thing is to enjoy the process. Do not think of English as a burden. Think of it as a skill you are building for your future. When you enjoy learning, you stay motivated for a long time. You can also track your progress. For example, you can notice how many sentences you can speak today compared to last week. This will give you confidence and show that you are improving. Sometimes, you may feel lazy or not interested. This is normal. On those days, do a small practice instead of stopping completely. Even speaking 5 sentences is better than doing nothing. This keeps your habit alive. You can also create a fixed time for practice. For example, morning or evening. When you follow the same time daily, it becomes easier to continue. Your goal is not to become perfect in one day. Your goal is to improve a little every day. Small steps create big results over time. As your habit becomes strong, you will notice that English becomes a part of your life. You will not need to force yourself. Speaking, thinking, and understanding English will start happening naturally. This is the power of daily habit. It may look simple, but it creates long-term success. Point 8. Learn anywhere. Do not limit learning to one place. Many people believe that learning English happens only at home, in a classroom, or with books. Because of this thinking, they limit their practice. They wait for the right place or right time to learn. This slows down their progress. But the truth is simple. Learning English can happen anywhere. You do not need a special place. You do not need perfect conditions. You can learn while walking, working, sitting, or even resting. When you remove the idea that learning is limited to one place, your practice becomes continuous. You are already doing this in your own way. When you think in English while doing your daily work, you are learning outside of books. This is the correct direction. Language should become part of your life, not just a subject you study. For example, when you go outside, you see many things around you. You can use this time to think and speak in English. You can look at a road and think about it. You can see people and describe what they are doing. You can notice shops, trees, vehicles, and try to say their names in English. If you are walking alone, you can quietly speak small sentences. You can say where you are going, what you see, or what you feel. This practice may look simple, but it trains your mind to stay active in English. You can also use your phone as a learning tool. Instead of using it only for entertainment, you can listen to English audio, watch simple videos, or read short sentences. Even a few minutes of listening or reading adds to your learning. When you are doing simple work, like cleaning or organizing, your mind is often free. This is a good time to think in English. You can describe your actions, your surroundings, or your plans. This keeps your brain connected with the language. Another important idea is to stay aware of English around you. Many things in your environment already have English words. You can read signboards, product names, or messages. Try to understand them and speak them aloud if possible. You should also not feel shy about practicing in different places. If you are alone, you can speak freely. If you are in public, you can practice in your mind. Both ways are useful. Learning anywhere also means using small moments. You do not always need long time. Even short moments can be used. For example, waiting somewhere, traveling, or sitting idle can become learning time. This method makes your learning continuous. You are not stopping and starting again. You are always connected with English in small ways. This creates strong improvement over time. The biggest advantage of learning anywhere is that it removes excuses. You cannot say that you do not have time or place. Every place becomes your learning space. Slowly, you will notice that English is not separate from your life. It becomes part of your daily routine. You will feel more comfortable because you are using it in real situations. This simple change in thinking can make a big difference. When you learn anywhere, you learn faster and more naturally. Point 9. Stay consistent and patient. Growth takes time. Learning English is not a fast process. It takes time, patience, and regular effort. Many people start learning with high motivation, but after some days, they feel that they are not improving. Because of this feeling, they stop their practice. This is the biggest mistake. You must understand one simple truth: improvement in language learning is slow but strong. You may not see big changes every day, but small changes are happening inside your mind. If you stay consistent, these small changes become big results over time. You are already doing many good practices. You are speaking alone, listening daily, repeating sentences, reading simple lines, and thinking in English. These are all correct steps. But these steps will give results only when you continue them regularly without stopping. Sometimes, you may feel that your English is not improving. You may feel that you are still making mistakes or speaking slowly. This is normal. Every learner goes through this stage. It does not mean you are not learning. It means you are in the process of learning. You should not compare yourself with others. When you saw your friend improve and get a job, it gave you motivation. That is good. But now, your focus should be on your own progress. Every person learns at a different speed. Your journey is unique. Patience is very important here. Just like a plant takes time to grow, your English also needs time. You cannot expect fast results in a few days. But if you water the plant daily, it will grow. In the same way, if you practice English daily, your skills will improve. Another important thing is to accept mistakes. Do not feel bad when you make mistakes. Mistakes are part of learning. Every mistake teaches you something new. If you try to be perfect, you may stop yourself from speaking. Instead, focus on practice. You can also look at your old practice and compare it with your current level. You will see that you have improved. Maybe earlier you could speak only 1 or 2 sentences, but now you can speak more. This is progress, even if it feels small. There may be days when you feel lazy or tired. On those days, do not stop completely. Do a small practice. Speak a few sentences, listen to a short audio, or read a small paragraph. This keeps your learning active. You should also trust your process. You are following a natural way of learning, just like a child. This method works, but it needs time. If you keep changing your method again and again, you may feel confused. Stay with your simple routine and improve slowly. Make your goal simple. Do not think about becoming perfect. Think about becoming better than yesterday. This small goal keeps you motivated and focused. Over time, you will notice clear changes. You will understand more. You will speak more easily. Your confidence will increase. These changes may come slowly, but they will stay with you permanently. In the end, consistency and patience are the keys. If you continue your practice daily and trust your journey, you will definitely improve your English.